Hey y'all, today I'm going to cook for you a chicken and rice dish and Mexican cornbread. And the chicken and rice is so simple to make, and the Mexican cornbread is pretty simple too. So we will just get started, and I will angle you down to the bowl so that you can see what's going on. Let's see, this bowl is white, so it looks kind of like a glare on it, but okay, let's see how that works. Okay, here's a bowl or a casserole dish I have a matching lid for. I sprayed it with Pam, and then I put just a little olive oil in it. So what I want to do is take a cup of long grain rice. It's not the quick cook rice, it's the just regular rice, and just spread it out in there like that. Remember, uncooked. And then I'm going to take 3 skinless, boneless chicken breasts, and if you like dark meat, this will work with dark meat. Or it can have the skin on it. I just think it works best this way. So you put your chicken breast out, and those have been washed. And then I take my little salt and pepper container, and I put a little salt and pepper on it, and I wipe my fingers off. I'm not sure if you saw, but I wouldn't want to contaminate the salt and pepper without that. So there's the salt and pepper, and then in this bowl I have 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and 2 of these cans of 2% milk, and I just have that mixed up. And now I'm going to pour it over that. And I'm going to put the lid on it. And now I'm going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour. And if the time changes, I will let you know. But the rice will absorb that liquid, and it'll be a really good mushroomy rice. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the oven. Okay, and I'll set this out of the way. And now I'm going to make the Mexican cornbread. And you need I cannot think what I'm saying. The cream style corn, and all I could get was the regular corn, so I'm going to have to make my own cream style corn. So it's real simple. You just cut the burner on high, and I'm putting about a tablespoon of butter in my pot. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit closer. Well, I hope you can see okay. And let this butter melt. And it won't take but just a second. Anyway, while that butter is melting, I have flour here in a big container. And I'm just going to take a big pinch of the flour and I put it in with the melted butter. And I'm making what is known as a roux. And you just stir those together and let it form like a little paste. And once you have that paste in there, then you add just a little milk. And you don't need much, just a little bit. And you just let that thicken up. And let me tell you, while I'm putting everything together, this is a large cast iron frying pan that I'm using. And I've sprayed it with Pam, and I've also put oil in the bottom of it. And I'm going to be letting it get hot in the oven. So this is thickening up. And I'm going to take this can of corn I have, and I'm going to pour off about half of the juice. I saved just a little of the juice in it. And I'm putting that in and stirring it up. And if you were making the cream style corn to serve as a side at your meal, then you would just want to turn this real low and let it just gently bubble for a while to get your corn and all tender. And I would add a little bit of Splenda to it, because I put Splenda in so much of what I cook. But anyway, here is the cream style corn. And so now we will get to actually putting the recipe together for the Mexican cornbread. And I'm going to have to move this back because that spot's hot. So hopefully you can see in there real good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cornmeal, and I'm going to put 1 cup of cornmeal. You don't want your Mexican cornbread to be real, with a lot of cornmeal. It's supposed to be very dense. And if you put too much cornmeal, it makes it like a cornbread texture, and that's really not what you want. So if I can get this measured. Okay, I have a cup of cornmeal that's going in. And here is shredded cheese. This is mild cheddar. And I'm not going to measure this, but I'm going to put what I think is 3 cups. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And let me go and come back. Okay, next, this is a medium onion that has been not finely chopped, but fairly small chopped. And you just put that in. Here is diced jalapeno peppers. This would be your taste, what you think you would like. If you like a lot of hot, then put a lot in, or not, just depending. This is a teaspoon that's loaded. I'm going to put about 3 nice full teaspoons. And that'll make it have a little zip to it, but not crazy hot. And of course I'm putting my Splenda. This would be entirely up to you if you want Splenda or sugar. My husband's diabetic, so I use the Splenda, and we like stuff sweet, so I'm using probably I would say 3/4 of a cup. And let's see, I'm trying to see if I missed anything. I'm going to, let me go ahead and put in my 2 eggs. I don't want this hot corn hitting the eggs because it'll cook the eggs. So I'm going to kind of stir it up a little bit. And then add the corn to it. But you just mix all this up. And I don't measure, as a rule, I just have tried to measure for y'all. So, you know, if you feel like something would be better done differently, you by all means do what you do. I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. I might add just a little bit more milk in just a minute. But stir that up. Then go ahead and add your corn. And give that a good stir. And that's everything. So I'm going to take the pan out of the oven. Let me pull you back over here. My oil has gotten heated. And my pan was good and hot. That'll help keep it from sticking. And now I need to put this back in the oven. So, bear with me for just a minute while I get this back in. Okay. Both things are cooking at 400 degrees, and it should take right at an hour. Your cornbread may come out just a little bit before your chicken, but like I said, I'll keep up with the time on that and let you know. But I will come back when it's finished and plate it up for you and let you see what it looks like when it's all done. And I will see you shortly. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody, we're back and the food's finished cooking, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. First, I'll tell you, though, that you know, I did the chicken first and put it in the oven, and then it took me a few minutes to do the cornbread. Then I put it in the oven, and from the time I put the cornbread in, it cooked for 45 minutes. I took it out, put covers, well, the chicken already had a cover on it, and put a cover on the cornbread and let it sit or rest for 15 minutes. So basically they both cooked for 45 minutes and rested for 15. So I will show you what everything looks like. So here's the cornbread. And the dark places you see is mainly where the cheese cooked. And so I'll move that over. And I'll let you see the chicken. Excuse my arm for being in the way. But here's the chicken. So I'm going to plate it up so you can see that the rice absorbed all the broth. You know, there was a lot of broth in it. And so there is that. And now I'm going to cut the cornbread. And if you like less corn, less cheese, less onion, anything, you know, than what I put in, you just feel free to make it how you like it. And like I said, it should be dense inside, not real flaky like a regular cornbread is. So here's a piece of that. Let me turn the camera back up. And I'll show you, well, there's the cornbread inside. And here is the chicken and rice. And so it was a pretty easy meal to make, and it's really good. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you get a chance to make it and enjoy it, and have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.